And they're going to start the first round now. We got Chase versus Shulz. 145-pound. One is 6-2. That beat Chase. The other 4-2, and that's Shulz. I tell you what, I am impressed with Shulz's beard. I could not grow that to save my life. Those things itch, champ.
Oh, that bad boy, that's mammoth. We got to blame Big Rig. He's bringing back the beard.
Yeah.
Bringing back the power. I think you got some people going, all right, you know what? I'm growing my Big Rig right now, you know?
Yeah, if he wins that belt, Big's out of business.
No doubt. It took me a minute here. The Bic is out.
The Bic is out of business. Goodbye, Gillette.
There you go. Both guys are doing a good job of feeling each other out a little bit.
That was a nice kick, and then he caught it. Nice throw up. I cannot believe these two are amateurs. It brings us back to the point of how evolved the sport is. Once again, I'm Jake Pioneer Kurtz with MMA Futures P2CN.TV. Make sure you tune in. Give us a message. Say something to Anthony right now before I get a chance to let him go. Anthony, have you been following us on Twitter at all?
A lot of ground and pound, a lot of pain right there. He's got a good job right now.
Wow.
Shulz is doing a good job of locking him up, keeping in position. Now as he's starting to stand up, okay, he's going to have to watch where he's at on his back. You know what I mean? Chase is, of course, he's got to try and figure out, okay, how can I get this guy off? Now I'm going to see if I can't go ahead and get him to
What's he want to do here, champ?
Well, he tried to do the shake off. Right now he's going to have to watch that neck that's going across his watch his hand going across the neck. He's got to avoid this body lock position. It's a tough position. Being on your hands and knees cannot help because that puts so much pressure on your back. He's stuck in a bad way right now, and intelligent defense is not really what's happening, but he can't move. And that's the one thing. Shulz right now, he's doing a good job of not trying to get bucked off. He's keeping the pressure. He's trying to land the punches, and he just needs to keep grinding at him.
And
Both of them are stuck
we know you like the wrestlers.
Positions.
We know you're a former wrestler. He's training out of Rich Kiley's USP, Unrivaled Sports Performance in Lincoln, Nebraska. So he's got great wrestling. But what are you thinking from what you're seeing that he really needs to work on?
No, I mean, right now he's also showing great patience. He's doing a good job. He's not bailing. He's not trying to force anything. Especially, he's not trying to fall off for an armbar. He's not trying to. He's keeping his position and making him work down there, making him tired. Because remember, at the end of the day, that right there, that's another 145 pounds sitting on top of you. You're carrying that around, so you are. I'm putting in work, I'm winning the round, I'm dominating the round, and I'm just trying to find my openings and see if I can't put you away when a rear naked choke pops up just like this and see if I can't finish you. A little bit of falling off the side, so it's going to be more of a crank than it is a choke, but now he's, again, right back to position. He's back on the back, short time, and he's going ahead and he's going to score a lot of points.
Coming toward the end of the round, and of course, Champ is talking about Shulz here. Shulz has the beard. He's in the red trunks. Chase is in the green. He's on the bottom. Anthony, what are you seeing right there in the first round out of these amateurs?
I'm seeing a lot of heart out of Chase. He's in a tough position right there with someone on your back, with the body triangle in, you're on your stomach flattened out. That's a tough position to be in. You don't see very many people get out of that. He hung in there tough. He has a lot of heart. You know, we'll see what it did to his cardio defending the whole time, but Shulz looked great on top. Like Jen said, he had great patience. He didn't blow his wad. He stayed patient. He looked great.
Excellent
Good fight so far.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, the beauty of the MMA sport is it only takes one punch,
absolutely,
one knee, one kick to put you right back in the fight.
With this round coming up, if I'm talking to Chase, I'm saying, okay, he caught your foot, so when you throw that kick, set that kick up with some punches, throw it in. Now, here's the thing. It's the same thing when you're throwing a punch or a kick is when you send it out, you want to get it home just as fast. Don't leave it out there hanging like you shot a three-pointer and you're letting it dangle. Noosh, you know what I mean? So throw it hard, get it back, because that was the only way you gave up a takedown. From there, you know what I mean? You got to start working. So set this up. Watch your feet. Shulz.
Beginning of the second round here, we definitely have, I would call that a 10-8 round. What would you score that one? Oh, man.
Wasn't that something? Old Miletich pops up over the top of the screen. It kind of scared me. He's a handsome fella.
Miletich always scares me, okay?
I'm telling you
I grew up training with that guy.
He cleans up so nice.
He does,
Now, so right now, both of them are doing a good job. Right now they're kind of feeling each other out. A little bit of, Shulz is, obviously, if he's backing up, he's wanting to do more of the counters. He's trying to counter punch a little bit. I'm not sure Chase, I mean, he's working his way in with the jab,
Oh.
but when he gets in there, he's getting hit.
Nice mid
So
kick.
when you close that distance, what are you closing the distance for? There's got to be a reason to close it. Don't just close it so you can get in close, get kicked. All right, now I'm going to back out and start over.
And, you know, I mean, it looked like maybe at this point in time, and the fight could change at any minute, like I said, that maybe he's slightly outclassed. Maybe Shulz has a little better game. But once again, Anthony, I want to keep reminding these guys, that's why we're MMA Futures. They're amateurs.
Absolutely.
They're here
They
to
have plenty
learn.
of time to figure it out.
They're not here to be perfect. They're here to get in front of a crowd, like Champ says, and they're here to learn how to be in this environment and still perform. Do you remember your first fight?
I do. I remember it vividly.
Do you?
And it wasn't in a venue like this. I believe it was on a wrestling mat on the floor with regular chain link fence and no rules.
How cool, man. How cool. How cool it is that the sport's evolving and giving
There was a
everybody-
point. I think I actually fought on wall mats one time in a gym. That's the thing of beauty.
I can
You
tell you
did some fight when you're on a gym floor and they throw a chain link fence. Now that's what I'm saying. You go down there and go down to the there's lumber yard or something, or you just yanked it off the side of somewhere, and now you're building a nice little fence just to keep people in.
I remember being in fights where people were holding the cage together because it was breaking in the middle of the fight.
that would explain why a lot of us older fighters are 2 steps away from wearing Velcro shoes.
The floor cracking.
Yeah, I mean, we've
Two
been
big
hit.
guys going after. I mean, back in the day, there were still times when you'd fight in boxing rings, and I've seen people go through the ropes,
me, myself.
right out on a chair,
Yeah.
carry meat truck. I think he broke a piece of his back. I mean, it was crazy.
I lost a fight throwing a guy into the ropes, and he sprung back. He landed on my back.
And it was hard because in the beginning,
Nice stiff jab there. Nice stiff jab. He needs to follow that up. If he lands like that, snaps the head back, he's got to throw a 1-2 or he's got a 1-1 kick. Double that jab up when it's that stiff. Looks like he's fighting southpaw.
Both of these guys,
nice body
ultimately,
shot.
they're doing a good job. I mean, I like their fundamentals, where they're at right now in their beginning. You know, this is where they're starting. They're number one, you come in great shape. You don't seem like you're too tired. Same, you have to tell people over and over and over, it seems like, is conditioning is yours. That is you as an individual. When you're out there and you're tired and you're out of air, they're not going, oh, damn the coach or damn it. Oh, you didn't run. You didn't you didn't get in shape. That is on you. Skills can be sharpened and taught and learned and adjusted. Conditioning, that's all you.
And we're going to try this one more time because we finally got it at weigh-ins last night. But the great Pat Miletich said to us while we were at his gym, he goes, you know, I'd rather fight a half-decent – or no, we're going to do this again, aren't we?
There he goes. He
Okay.
can't do it.
I think I'd rather fight an excellent fighter in half-decent shape than fight a half-decent fighter in excellent shape.
That makes perfect sense.
It does when you think about it, because that's the one thing is that conditioning, when it starts to pluck at you, and it starts to hurt you, and the lactic acid is setting in. Like I said, when you come in here, neither one of these guys are breathing too heavy. The best thing that I like is, they're keeping their hands at a
nice
level.
leg
They
kick.
need to raise them up more as the distance gets closed, but their shoulders are still in
Square.
good shape. Their hands are up. Their chins are, for the most part, down.
And they're on their toes.
They're on their toes. They're not
Yes.
being flat-footed. And that's the best part about something like this. It's still a great feeling out process. He's got to tighten up that uppercut, but I like his idea. Shulz throwing that jab, and he's trying to time him. He's thinking that that Chase is gonna shoot. So you can tell that they're thinking.
Absolutely. I want to take this time to tell MMA fans to join us on Saturday, March 15th, when Justin Thompson takes on Dwayne Johnson at MCF 9, and that is a title bout. This Saturday, March 15th at 6 p.m. For more details, visit p2cn.tv. Info at p2cn.tv as well. And I also want to give a shout out to the referee in this match. That's Dave Jobin. That's our old coach. Oh, me, Jeremy Horn, Brian Dunn, Jim Axtell, all those guys.
Yeah, boy.
That's old school there. Now that explains my hairline right there.
It makes perfect sense.
Watch it, Lion.
See, the one thing I like, the one thing here is Shulz is actually starting to lengthen his punches. He's starting to sharpen up
He's
a little bit.
measuring them out. Yeah, he's got it.
I think he's starting to get into a little bit. And Chase, he's game. He's in there, but again, see, he's closing
taking
too
punches.
much distance.
He's not
He's
doing
getting
anything
hit
once
on
he
the
weighs
way in.
Right.
when you're getting hit on the way in like that, it's because you're throwing it and he's catching on the outside. See, you can tell one of them still is starting to get their groove a little bit.
And I mean, you could tell Chase is a wrestler because he's moving away from punches like a wrestler rather than using his head, using his hips, and a little bit of body. But once again, he's an amateur, and that's why he's here.
Absolutely. I think that's something he definitely needs to work on. He's waiting right into striking distance and standing there, getting punched and kicked, and then moving out.
I can tell you what.
Once you're on the inside, you got to do something with it.
I'm excited to see you fight again. Very excited to see you on Bellator. Extremely. I mean, one of Omaha's greatest. This is one of the greatest guys. I know if you guys don't know out there, do some research, but I'm sure if you're an MMA fan, you know who Anthony Lionheart Smith is. A great story. He also has an interview with me, and there's a certain fighter that really ought to tune into that. Not going to say any names right now. I'll wait till you walk away. But no, Anthony's a great guy. He's a great story, and also he gave me the chance to give him an in-depth interview on MMAFutures.com. MMAFuturesLive.com, sorry. #MMA Futures.
There you go. Now you got Shulz throwing some spins. Shulz is really starting to feel it. I think he's starting to figure it out that Chase can't close the distance. He's not going to extend his hands. He just doesn't have the punching that Shulz has. But there's a kick that catches by surprise. I'm going to probably have to keep my mouth shut.
Right, it only takes
there,
one kick, one punch, one knee. That's it.
Yeah, I think Shulz was definitely, he was feeling it. I think he was feeling a little too confident. So great job.
There's a camaraderie. That was a great fight.
The biggest thing I want to say about this fight, more than anything, is everything, again, skill can be sharpened, it can be taught, it can be fixed, it can be measured. You can do that. But the conditioning, both of them were in conditioning. They were on their feet to the very end. Props to the team, props to those two. They were in shape, and they took this amateur fight very serious because they were in great condition.
Absolutely.
I agree with you 100%.
And you almost had me guess. I'm like, wait, am I on something? Because I thought that was 3 rounds. Maybe I messed up. I instantly started reaching for my temple going, dang, I might be punchy.
Well, hey, I mean, at least you could still tie your shoes.
I
roll in
I wear shoes. I wear slippers. I wear slippers with no laces for that reason.
I love my footy pajamas, by the way. I just got to bring that up.
I think both these guys just got some great experience. No matter who wins this fight, I think they both took something great from this.
Absolutely. Here's Mike Kendall with Dave Jobin.
That is a pretty great beard.
It's a great beard.
Judges score in favor of your winner by unanimous decision out of the blue corner, Morgan Shulz.
Morgan, itchy face Shulz just pulls it off, everybody, with that decision, kind of as we thought he would. I want to thank Anthony Smith for being here. We're going to look forward to seeing you on Bellator. Thanks again, my friend.